Y'all, welcome everyone to Just Say Fuck It. This is S1E25. While he's trying to get the video up so he can look at himself on the television, this is my co-host. Talk your shit, Bob. I'm about to say my host. See, look what you've done. You said that bullshit so many times. Now it's almost ingrained in my head. Ugh.
Once you repeat the truth enough times, it becomes
No,
reality.
I've never repeated it. You mean you repeated
You just repeated it. So
That was
time number
accident.
one. It's
Absolute
a great
accident.
start. Time number one. You finally got it right. Congratulations.
Yeah, whatever. All right, so the topics we have coming up today are monkeypox. Ew, I'm sorry, but Dashaun Watson of the Cleveland Browns and Brittany Griner. Is that how we say her name? I don't
Yes.
remember. Yeah, she's been sentenced to 9 years over in Russia for possession. I actually meant to look up some more details of that story before the show, but it just didn't. Today didn't go as planned so freaking ever. So that didn't happen.
My day been going pretty good.
Oh, congratulations. My day, however, has been like, yo, what the fuck?
Always right on schedule.
Always right on schedule.
Always right on schedule.
All right, so what topic should we start with today?
We can start with monkeypox.
I guess we can start there. I heard Biden declared it a state of emergency. Now I don't know exactly what that means per se. That's what I heard.
Shit. Hopefully they got another check.
I
I want another stimulus. I need some more.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I feel like
PPP.
that's gonna be hard to come by. Like I think it's going. This will not be if, and I hope it doesn't get to that point. I don't know, but if it gets to anywhere near that point, I think it's gonna be a lot harder this time than it was in 2020. Like 2020 was. It's been a long time since anything like that has happened. So yeah, it was kind of like a free for all out there.
I mean, I've seen the videos of people with monkeypox, so I think that if enough people catch that shit, they got to do something. Like they got to shut the cities down or something because that shit.
Why are you smiling?
I mean,
You're looking forward to whatever financial outcome this has, aren't
I'm
you?
just here
I
for
hate you.
I'm just here for whatever the Lord has in store for us right now. Just here for the monkeypox.
You can't sit here and just wish evil upon the world like that. Like that's not okay.
I mean, the world been evil like that shit. We had everything else. We had COVID. We had the Black Plague. Motherfuckers had to survive that. Yeah, we had SARS. We had all this other shit. It's always something. So,
yeah, and that was the first time though in a long time that it's been like a worldwide thing. The world shut down, and that's the part I'm kind of like. As much as Anarchy 99, as I claim to be like experiencing it, yeah, I'm still Anarchy 99, but that was just like rough. And I don't watch the videos of people that had that shit because I don't want to see that. First of all, I know, like I said, I know Biden declared a state of emergency already. I think I heard like New York has it pretty bad, and I'm just like, yo, I don't want to participate.
I mean, it's probably no worse than what chickenpox was back when it first hit.
And I mean that's typically how it goes. The body has to build up immunities to the planet. Also takes part in trying to take us out, and we try to take it out. It's an ongoing infinite war. I think the planet gonna win
I don't know. My body's only built for at least like 100 years or so. So you get 100 years. My body's only built for like 100 years or so.
I mean, 100. You trying to be here that long?
Hell yeah. You got good health? Shit.
I think we had that discussion before, yeah.
We always think about like people that's 100 years old being like old and they can't move. Shit, how old was Betty White when she died? And she was still out here telling jokes and
she's 99. She didn't make it to her.
Yeah.
I mean, my grandmother, the people in my family that, for the most part, my grandmother, she lived to be 93. She was okay. I have family members that lived to be 98.
Yeah, I mean,
so yeah, and that's what worries me is because I have a lot of family members that have lived that long. even before, healthcare and things like that, and the way we have it. So I'm like, I don't.
I'm here for it. Let's
Now
go.
I ain't trying to go out early either, and I don't want to go out crazy. I definitely ain't trying to go. Like, okay, so what are you probably know more than I do? Because like I said, I've been staying away. So what are these like side effects and things like that? What's going on with monkeypox?
I don't know no side effects. I just look at the videos and see people showing like when they show they lip and they eye and they be having little big crater like things on them and shit.
Yeah.
Like, but I ain't read into it to find out like
So
what.
you don't. I see. I'm glad I said I make more than like everything. So
Yeah, man, just get you some sea moss gel and go ahead and stock up on that. Get you a little multivitamin or something. Wash your hands. Should be good to go.
Yeah.
It's by touch. It ain't like the other one where it was kind of airborne. You know what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't dap nobody up. Don't hug nobody. You'll be all right.
See, it's weird to me to have it spread like so. We've become, I guess, very laxed on the health concerns. I guess we had in the Senate making sure we kept everything sanitized post COVID. I guess everybody back out here like. Because in the way you say it spreads, but I mean, shit, how hard could it be to catch it though? Like, how
You probably just touch somebody with it, but you gotta understand.
I wonder how long it takes to get. So I don't know why we made this a topic if we don't either one of us. Because like, how long does it take from like showing symptoms to you being like infected? How long is like for you to be contagious with it? Things like that. I don't know.
It's like at the beginning of COVID. Nobody really know what the hell that shit was. We were just taking a guess. We didn't know what was going on. So, I mean,
well, yeah, but that's because COVID was new. Monkeypox ain't new.
Shit. Who had monkeypox before?
I thought monkeypox had just been around and it made a comeback.
No,
we gotta look that one up. Wait a minute, because I could be absolutely wrong, but I thought I heard of monkeypox. Now, listen, there's also the Mandela effect that's heavily being brought up right now.
I definitely don't know what's happening with monkeypox.
Is a viral disease that can be spread between people and animals.
Shit. I remember chickenpox.
Monkeypox symptoms.
It's another pox too.
How long
another pox that we
has monkeypox been around? Monkeypox 1970. Yeah, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And I probably saw it on like. What's that Congo? Was it called Congo? Look, I'm sitting here itching just talking about it. But yeah, it's I think that's maybe it might have gotten mentioned like in the movie or something like that, and that's probably what I was like. No, I've heard of.
So somebody had it in the 1970s.
Yeah, it's been around since the 1970s.
Just in the Congo.
Well, I think that was like the first. Yeah, first identified in humans, 1970, Democratic Republic of the Congo, and a 9-month-old boy. So yeah, it ain't new.
I don't know if I believe that. That sounds racist.
I'm not gonna ask you why.
Fucking monkeypox in the first place they find is the fucking Congo.
I'm not gonna ask you why does this seem racist. I mean, that's also where he tried to say, didn't it, with AIDS started? I don't know. Are we gonna go in this direction of this conversation?
He said AIDS started with monkeys too.
Yeah.
But they said COVID started with somebody fucking a bat or some shit.
Oh God. I mean, we probably heard that back when COVID first started. I don't know.
I think Trump told us that.
No, he said it was China.
Kung flu. Kung flu.
It's so fucked up. I mean, at least we can laugh now to survive. We survived, and now we can giggle about it. I guess is what it comes down to.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That was some interesting years, man.
Kung flu. They
like,
well,
I wonder
he's not racist. He called it Kung flu.
I wonder what he would.
You don't know how racist that is. Kung flu.
Oh my God, I hate when you find something funny that you say.
Kung flu. But they kept me like Kung flu. What? Like, you can't say that, nigga. You're the president.
Oh my God. I wonder what he would call all his nicknames would be for monkeypox right now.
Oh my God.
I wonder where he would take that. that's going on. That's going around. I'm personally hoping to stay away from it. I don't know. We'll see. I ducked and dodged other things as long as I could. I ducked and dodged COVID for a long time. Even though and it had came up later, like people were being tested for like the flu also with that. And I had said it when I had it, like, yo, I swear I got like the flu on it. Sure enough, that's what was coming out. And they were saying actually by the time that I had it, but I almost made it to 2022 without it.
I think COVID is one of them things kind of weird to me because people like still don't have taste. Like people still like they lost their taste. And I'm like, that would be like the first thing. If I lost my taste, that'd be the first thing I talk about. Like a year or 2 years later, I still don't have taste.
Yeah,
I'd be like, I still don't have taste. But anyway,
yeah.
Back what you were saying,
I don't want to say who, but we know. I don't know if he got his back, but he didn't have his for like 4 months.
Man, that's some weird shit to just lose your taste. And, like, that would be the beginning of every conversation. I don't care what the fuck you're talking about. Hey, man, you know grandma passed, nigga. I still don't have taste. Are we understanding this?
Yeah.
In 4 or 5 months, I still can't taste shit.
Yeah, that's
Is there a cure for this? Are y'all gonna do something about this?
No.
Y'all gonna call me to the office?
No, and what I was gonna say, honestly, most of the people that I know that had their symptoms weren't as harsh, but went on longer and had got vaccinated. Like I went through my 2 weeks, and then that was it. Like I just bounced back. But yeah, the people that I know that are having the long-standing symptoms, they actually got vaccinated.
If you don't have taste, I think it should be like the best health ever. Because I would go raw vegan. Like you could eat basically grass. It don't matter. You can't taste shit. It don't matter what the fuck you eat. I just like fuck it. I'm just eating the most healthiest shit.
See, that's not exactly how it works. So things in your brain even are triggered by like the sensations of sugar. So whether or not you taste it, your body is still gonna crave those things. That was a good thought though. I don't blame you for it, but your body is still gonna be like.
I'm gonna be saying like, man, I'm gonna get a big thing of fries. I can't taste the fries, but I'm gonna get a big thing.
Yeah,
of fries.
your body's gonna want the oily fat.
I'm gonna grab the lettuce. Pretend it's
Your
fries.
body's still it may be easier because you don't have the taste to go along with it, but yeah, your body gonna be like sugar. All right, so what else did we have? I guess we can talk about Dashaun Watson.
Oh, yeah. So what happened?
Well, he had up to 30 cases. Came down to 24 for sexual assault. I believe 23 went ahead and took the money. As far as I know, the 24th one is still holding out. There could actually be more cases. They have up to at least 66 possibilities, not actual cases, just possibilities. Yeah, so he got suspended for 6 games. And the NFL appealed that. Now, I don't know what the latest update is on that because since then I've been like running around doing stuff and getting ready for shows, so I don't know what the latest update is. But yeah, I think by them appealing though, it's at least suspended for a year.
You saying
wake up?
His 6 game suspension is suspended for a year, or
it
playing is suspended for a year?
It was 6 game suspension, but I know that the NFL appealed that. And if the NFL appealed that decision by the judge, then it becomes a year.
So his suspension is a year.
His suspension is a year. So let's see what the latest update is on that. Because like I said, I know that they did appeal it. Now, what is all the details and the outcome of that NFL appeal? Oh wait, that says a day ago. This says 3 hours ago. All right, Dashaun Watson, Nick settlement offer from NFL that would have suspended him for less than a year. Per report. The NFL now appealing to Deshaun Watson's 6 game suspension. There's very real chance his punishment could get worse, actually, in the coming weeks. The NFL originally wanted Watson suspended for at least a year, and now the league is gunning to actually make that happen. According to CBS NFL insider Jones. Although Sue Robinson, that's who gave him the 6-game suspension. Roger Goodell, however, on Thursday appointed former New Jersey AG Peter C. Harvey to oversee the appeals. The appeals hearing. Jones has confirmed Harvey will now have final say in the case. That's not really directly answering the question. The NFL filing an appeal in a case where the NFL is in charge of the appeal process makes it hard to do. Makes it hard to imagine a scenario where the NFL doesn't add a substantial amount of games to watch the suspension. Watson could have avoided all of this if he had settled the case with the NFL. So basically, he didn't settle the case. They appealed. It could be longer, up to a year. Although the NFL wanted Watson suspended for a full year, the league was willing to trim that number down to a settlement. Okay, so this is a settlement this is a weirdly ordered statement from CBS Sports. Like, you see how the order is just kind of bouncing around some everywhere. All right, so although the NFL wanted to see Watson suspended for a full year, the league was willing to trim that number down to a settlement, according to ESPN and Sports Illustrated. The NFL's final settlement offer was this: Watson would be suspended for 12 games and would also be fined $8 million to $10 million. Now I know with that 6-game suspension, I don't know how much he was keeping, but I know he was supposed to have kept pretty much all of his money. Basically, Watson took a gamble not accepting the NFL's offer, and it's looking more like he's going to lose that gamble. Well, if Watson had accepted the 12-game suspension, he could have just been done with it. All right, but instead he might now be hit with it. Oh shit, with an indefinite suspension of at least a year. Well, that's what they offered him, isn't it? This is so weird. Who wrote this? At this point, it feels like the best case scenario for Watson is now a 12-game suspension with 6-game suspension currently under appeal. That's what the NFL appealed. That actually gives the two sides more time to work out the possibility of a settlement. The fact that the NFL was willing to agree to a 12-game ban into a potential settlement instead of a 1-year suspension. So what's the difference
between a ban and a suspension?
Yeah,
I don't watch sports.
I haven't seen anybody in this kind of a situation that I recall. So that's why, remember when I was like, well, what's the difference in a year? So is it like a year to date? Or is it a year from when it started and he would have been able to play at like the end of the year? Like, I don't all right, so
something like that. It might be the way that they word things. So
it's a year from, yeah. So 12 games would just be 12 consecutive games. And then a year is probably just a year. Well, let's see. The fact that the NFL was willing to agree to a 12-game ban, potential settlement instead of 1-year suspension isn't a coincidence. According to Yahoo Sports, the NFL absolutely doesn't want to see Watson play the Texans in Week 13. And one way to keep him from doing that would be to suspend him for 12 games. If he got a 12-game suspension, the Texans would be the final game that he have to sit out. Okay. Now it's getting interesting. All right. If there's no settlement, Watson's suspension ends up getting extended by the NFL. There's a very real chance that the case could end up in federal court. However, CBS NFL insider Josina Anderson reported on Thursday that the Watson camp hasn't made a decision on whether to file a federal lawsuit. So basically, they offered him something, and also for what that's saying by the amount of games that is. Hey, young scrap, about the amount of games that is. We're talking about Dashaun Watson right now. Shout out to whoever just listened to me read all that off. But yeah, we're discussing Dashaun Watson and his NFL situation with all those cases pending against him. I guess the NFL offered him a 12-game ban, and because he turned it down, now he may be facing a 1-year indefinite suspension. Maybe, you know what? I think the suspension cost him money also. I think that's because with the 12-game suspension, wasn't it like $8 to $10 million or something like that?
I have no.
Oh my God! All you had to do was listen as I read. I take you all that information and read it live on camera, and you like, I.
So they went back and forth between bans and suspensions.
That was and I will say it was ordered very weird. I guess I just remember the details of what the. Can you see what here? You can read what is being said on the screen because I can't see. Oh, you got to scoot up too. What was the point? But yeah, I guess just what everyone.
Hey y'all, tell Mozzie to wake up over there.
Say what? See, I told you you looking asleep. You can get your face out of the camera and all.
Get in the camera. I'm just looking close at your phone.
Yeah, look at the. So yes, the it got interesting. A lot of people feel like it's just against the Browns. Now that is very interesting that the suspension could have been. Could you scoop back? Scoop back.
You don't never try to do that, like you see how your phone be delayed a little bit, so you try to look up and then try to look back to try to catch your eyes moving.
No, actually, I don't because that's Instagram and that's YouTube. Those aren't even the same camera angles. This is what you told him to wake up, Scrat. This is all your fucking fault. You told him to wake up, and now look at you.
But if you do it fast enough, you can catch your eyes moving on both sides. Oh my
God! Can we get back to Dashaun Watson, please? So yes, what was offered to him, I guess, would have left him sitting out to play against the Texans. You ain't even doing your job. Come on, man. Look, we got a comment. What does the comment say?
I love all y'all show.
Okay, thanks. I should have just left you like sleep and then did it.
Why?
To show myself. Why did you tell him to wake up?
You told me the same thing. Don't try to put it off on him.
Yeah, but I was just letting you stay like zombie quiet today because you was just like gone. Yeah, this whole thing, it's basically what they offered him was bad, and then what it could end up being is like worse. That's the gist of what I got. So we'll see what happens, I guess, with that. How long have we been live? Oh my God, can you move? Oh, it's only been 22 minutes. Yeah.
Only that's almost the end of the show.
No, it's not. That's an hour. We're supposed to be live for an hour. And like
that's the damn half the show.
Wait a minute. Has the ring light been in the way the whole time? I swear to God, that thing was not there before.
What?
The ring light. Like, it's been right there the whole time.
Yeah, but it's just only covering your name.
That's not what I said at all. Yeah, so the Dashaun Watson case can get crazier. We'll see, I guess, also what happens with that. I know I brought it up in the pre-show that it's as it stands right now, though. Well, I guess not as it stands because the NFL appealed that. So initially, Dashaun Watson got suspended for only 6 games, right? With all those assault charges. Well, one I know is still pending, but the fact that they existed all, right? Brittany got 9 years. It's crazy, right? But we don't live in Russia, so who are we to like determine those things?
The thing is, we always look at people and be like, man, that's over in Russia. But Jamie Foxx had a story similar where his father ended up getting 7 years for I want to say $10 or $15 worth of, and I'm like, this happened in America. Like,
what year was this though?
It was a while ago.
Yeah, we live in a different time.
But we can't expect everybody to move at the same pace because it's still people getting locked. People still going to prison for weed. Like, it's legal in a lot of states, but you still can get locked up.
It's illegal. So, or did they? Is that changed yet?
I don't know, but I know still people getting locked up for weed.
Yeah, it's still states that it's illegal in. So, because I know I'm not about to say who, although I'm sure he was joking anyway. If you think about it, because some people they go to Michigan and bring it back to Ohio, but this guy had posted that his sister was going to Cali, and she was like, "Yo, bring me back some weed." And I was like, "Yo, so you want her to transport drugs across state lines? Like, what are you doing? What are you saying? You don't want to tell her to do that?" I don't know even what that's like to attempt to do that post COVID actually. Because every time something like that happens, the airports get affected. I mean, shit, even with the airports, those aren't the same like TSA agents that used to work here and shit. Okay. So everything's different now. It may be easier to get shit through. I don't fucking know. I know as far as Brittany's situation, I think she just got caught up in some political shit. You had the issues with Russia and Ukraine. I know Russia wanted to trade a couple people that really weren't good to be letting him be free.
It wasn't a good trade.
Um,
I'm not even in the sports. It wasn't a good trade, people.
Yeah,
I definitely would have took that trade.
right. Yeah,
they would have had to give us like her some first round draft picks or some NBA players or something.
Yeah,
a good Russian basketball player or
you can't
soccer player or something.
For,
like dude was like a war criminal.
Yeah, your level of importance is just. I'm sorry, but I mean we've already discussed how the WNBA players don't even get paid that much anyway, even though she was playing over Russia. It's just the whole point.
I also want to bring up something. We have to also remember this is the same female that got charged with beating up her girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
Like she literally has a domestic violence charge, and she had to serve all this. I'm like, she over here whooping on her girlfriend's ass. Her girlfriend is probably happy as shit. She over there.
No, she's married now.
It was the same woman she was beating on.
Well, that you said girlfriend, and then they got married. So I mean,
hey, a lot of people get their ass beaten and still get married.
Yeah. Well,
shit. Didn't who was that? Fabulous. Didn't they get married after he knocked her teeth out?
I think they got married before, but either way, they've been together so long. It don't mean nothing.
Shit, I'm pretty sure it ain't the first time Fabulous to knock her teeth out. So I'm not saying Fabulous is just a habitual teeth knocker outer, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
why did he get canceled?
Because people like that. You have to be somebody that's kind of like borderline, where we kind of don't like you to like try to cancel you. So I mean, that's the only time you really get canceled. And you have to be like, once Fab start putting out like shitty music and people don't really like his music no more.
He don't put out like all that much music anyway, and
but it's not bad music when you do come out.
Yeah, it ain't all that great though. Like it ain't like FABOLOUS Fab. So this isn't like prime Fab anyway. So I'm really asking because I don't. It's for me. It's basically like the R. Kelly situation. I could listen to you or I cannot. But I just think it's interesting. One, I don't know how many people knew. I think that one kind of went under the radar just a little bit with a lot of people because Fab ain't no A-list celebrity though either.
But knocking out some teeth on camera, it did go viral. But again, it's about how much people really like you. Like
so basically, wait. I think what I'm trying to say, I guess his fan base isn't that big enough for it to be impacted all like that. Like
even if it's not everybody in his fan base, you still got to remember it's that likability factor. I don't listen. I can't tell you, you know what I'm saying, 10 Fabulous songs. I didn't watch his verses because I don't listen to Fab all like that. But I know Fab putting out decent music. I know when people talk about Fab, I don't really hear nobody saying like, "Oh man, that last mixtape was just trash." So he has that likability factor. When they take a picture of him, you usually say positive shit, something about the way he dressed or some clothes that he got on. They say positive shit. They don't. It's not like, let's take Tory Lanez. It's easier for people to talk shit about Tory because he's short, so you can talk about his shortness. He's always doing like more childish shit as far as the shit that he posts. So there's always things to attack on that. With Fabulous, he don't really do any of that stuff. He's not short. He doesn't post a lot of crazy shit, like petty shit, back and forth. He's not that person. So for him, it's a little harder for people to be like, yeah, we go cancel him, and then, you know what I'm saying, like, he'll make sure it's blase, blah. And there was no campaign behind it either. So there was no, he put his hands on the black woman, because I don't know what Emily is, but she's not what we would identify as being black. So again, it's one of the things where people will be like, hey, it's Fabulous. You know what I'm saying? Like, she forgave him. That's what they say. They say she forgave him, so why shouldn't we?
I don't know. I feel like I need to, take this Brittany Griner off. Or actually, no, I don't, because I believe the point I was about to make. I feel like this. I feel like, one, I don't know exactly what Emily's background is, but she is a minority woman. I don't think she's Caucasian. And to that, I'm going to say a lot of times when the victim is melanated, people don't care as much. It's easier to get away with domestic abuse against us, rape against us, murder against us, and we can find out what her background is, but she definitely does not come off as being just Caucasian. So I'm gonna put her in the in the minority category. I think when we're the victim, it's easier to just let that shit go. Rock with the person you love more, and let it go. And I say that also because of R. Kelly. Since we on the subject, it's been so many people that want to support R. Kelly the same way it's been. I don't know what the backgrounds of the massage therapist was with Dashaun Watson, but because he's able to throw a ball very well, people love him. Because R. Kelly makes music, people love him. So because of those things, it's just like, yo, people just let that shit go. Actually, I don't think it should have just been let go. I also don't think Fabulous is big enough for people to care that much. I'm gonna still stand with that. Like, it was just shocking to me that it just.
I mean, the same shit would happen if Jadakiss had knocked the girl's teeth out. Like, it depends on your likability factor. When the baby was putting out all of them hits and he kept getting into those altercations, we gave more attention to when the Rolling Stones said they had an extra video of the baby shooting in that Walmart than we actually cared when the initial report that he shot and killed somebody in that Walmart. When that shit happened in Walmart, we was like, we don't care. That nigga's putting out hits. He had like that Suge song out or something. He was putting out hits.
Wasn't it more of a self-defense with him though?
It was.
Okay.
But
that's not the same thing.
But when the video came out and they said, oh, we have new video, it's the same video we seen. It's just from a different angle. Mm-hmm. And that second time, we was like, oh, we got to cancel. Well, the baby ain't had no songs out at that point that we was playing heavy. So it was easy to go, we got to get rid of him. Then somebody else walked onto his property and he shot the dude in the leg. Oh, this guy's just a menace. He's just out here shooting and doing what the hell he wants to do. And I'm like, oh, what do y'all want this? You know what I'm saying? Like, in Walmart, it's self-defense. On his property was self-defense. Mm-hmm. But you have two different times. When the baby was hot and he was hits, I think he punched a girl in the face. That shit, we didn't care.
And the fan that was because she was like all up on him and shit. That's what I'm saying. His things I'm still hearing the self-defense. Like, was Fabulous in self-defense mode with Emily?
It's not that he was in self-defense mode, but it's the fact that now that he's not putting out hits, now we fought the baby for everything because he don't have those hits. So now we fought him for everything, even if it is not his fault. That bowling alley shit, people was like, oh, well, he's going to jail. He just can't put his hands on somebody.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't remember it that way at all. I thought the person ran up on him in security. Like, it was somebody's brother or somebody was trying to fight
It's his baby mother's brother.
I see, again.
She went to the bowling alley. But again,
this isn't
they say
him just wilding out.
Yeah. It's not his fault. But they're saying it's his fault, though. People are saying those are his fault. They're saying that's his fault at the bowling alley.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people just committing crimes. One, I was talking about black women, so I don't even know how we got the baby. But people committing crimes against minority women. So everything you said, like, I get it. Whether anybody blames him or not, it's not that he's getting away with anything. I don't even think because of his. I think because we've all seen evidence of self-defense. Depending on where his house is, they might have stand up ground. So anyone trespassing on his property, he's able to do that. I don't know exactly where the baby lives. But yeah, that's where I was going with people doing things not in self-defense, but just in acts of violence, and then because they're liked. And I don't know where the cutoff is, because I can't say that would be every celeb. But again, when it's against minority women, so okay. First, I'm gonna go ahead and take Brittany's name off of here. I don't think I even got back around full circle to where I was going with that. But because it's, like I said, acts against minority women, it's like, okay, Kanye West would be a good example, right? Could Kanye West get away with talking about Kim Kardashian the way he talked about Amber Rose? Even at the peak of his career, We talking backpack, pink sweater. Let's put it in that time. We don't have to talk about now. Does he get to? And but along with that, Kim has to be who she is number two. Does he get away with talking about Kim K like he talking about Bruce? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. No. And even within that, she's not seen as what is she supposed to be Armenian at that moment. She is white lady that he's attacking. I don't see him getting away with it. I just don't. I just nope. And you giving me a and that's as good as I can get to you agree.
Because see, the thing is, you know, it's hard to gauge that, especially with the Kardashians, because it depends on at what point in time you say something about the Kardashians, because they just had that point at which at some point something happened, and there's a high defense about that, but sometimes they're just hated. Like something can happen, they could be completely right, and if it's the Kardashians, they wrong because it's the Kardashians. They're wrong. Whatever they did, they fucked up. They wrong because they the Kardashians. So
yeah, that's true, but I just don't think he can pull it off the way he talked about Amber Rose. And the reason I popped in my head because I mean it's come out one. I think she said like her and Kim K they've been kept in touch like over the years. Like they, you know, they mended whatever fences that need to be mended, but
I mean they was friends though
before
yeah.
Yeah, we ain't got to go into all the details, but the point is they mended whatever they mended, but it was when she was talking about it or whatever I was watching, it might have just been some footage somebody had put together. But it was actually her being interviewed and discussing it, and when hearing her talk about it, it was like flashbacks of like, oh, he really
So he really
went in on her. Like he had a lot of negative, shaming things to say about Amber Rose, like freaking crazy. Would you wake up?
I'm up.
I know it's not just me because even somebody else. So yes, no, I don't think he can get away with it. You on the fence? I don't need to be on the fence.
He said a lot of damaging things as far as Kim was keeping the kids away and this that and like he was saying damaging shit about Kim Kardashian.
But it wasn't. Now see, that's the thing though. When he did that, it got. See, you also going to the wrong Kanye. I said the Kanye back then when everybody loved him. The Kanye now is viewed as too crazy. He did things like that. 1 minute he's saying that, but then we saw the video of him actually with the kids that day. So sometimes the things he said just weren't valid and people knew that. So it got brushed away. With the things that he was saying about Amber Rose, though, people were just on board believing it without question. He's already viewed as crazy. That's why I said the backpack pink sweater still.
He was viewed as crazy with the backpack and shit.
Not in the way of mentally crazy. That
this is the same. You're talking about the Kanye West that was on live TV. It was like Bush doesn't care about black people.
No, black people agree with him on that.
And then everybody was looking like
he didn't get viewed until crazy until he had got up on stage. That's when everybody has started calling him crazy against Taylor Swift, but she's not a minority black woman. Oh, I forgot all about that.
What, the Taylor Swift?
The whole Taylor Swift. People were so angry at Kanye West. I can't believe you did this to this poor little sweet little innocent girl. Granted, he was right, but that's what happened, right? But she's not a minority female. So there's your instance of him against the non-minority female. Yes, his career survived, but people still mad at him to this day. He wasn't able to like pull it off the same way he did whatever.
I mean, white people. They upset about it. I don't know no black people that say, I can't believe Kanye West.
Well, then that's the same thing about the whole Bush situation.
Niggas
black people was not mad at him, but white people were. So that's the same thing. The point was though against women.
I mean, hey, we didn't know who the fuck Taylor Swift was all like that. So
we did. That was like top tier time of Taylor Swift.
Nigga.
I wasn't even listening to her, but you knew who the fuck she was.
We knew who she was, but it's like
that's
saying,
all I'm saying.
It's like somebody saying
you knew Taylor Swift existed in the world. You knew she was a top seller. Everybody was talking about her, seeing her. You knew details about her, even if you ain't listened to her music. So yeah, you knew.
It's like a top country singer. Like we know who the motherfucker is, but it ain't like we don't care if something happened.
You knew though. The point is, you knew who the fuck Taylor Swift was.
We knew who she was, but we didn't care enough to be like, oh, I can't believe that he got on stage with Taylor Swift. We was like, all right, so the nigga be doing shit. Like, let the nigga do what he want to do. He gonna do some crazy shit anyway. And I think he did something else that was crazy before the Taylor Swift shit that we was kind of like, yeah, Kanye West is doing Kanye West. Because he had a little run where he kept doing shit. Because I think even Jay-Z and Beyonce was like trying to distance themselves away from the shit that he was doing because he was just doing so much. But I mean,
there was incidents that took place, but again, I said the backpack pink sweater. I think you're talking about when he was the Houseway incident.
That's around the peak Kanye though.
But the peak Kanye to me was back then. So I don't know. What's pink Kanye to you?
The peak Kanye is the what was the shit? It was when he had the Bear and shit, like every Bear album, Graduation.
That's what I said. The backpack pink sweater Kanye was. That was the.
But that's a gap of these years that we're talking about.
But that's not what I said, and I specifically picked that time because that's when Kanye West was still loved, and people didn't view him crazy in the way that they view him now.
We view that nigga crazy back then.
Good Lord. All right, we got more topics for today.
I don't know why you didn't view Kanye as crazy.
No, but I said he wasn't. I said
he was still crazy.
He was not viewed crazy in the way he is now. He wasn't viewed crazy in the way he is now, and the way when his mother was even still alive. Those are the two different views of Kanye and Crazy West. They're not the same. Now it's mental hospital crazy. Then was, this guy is a little bit off his rocker, but he's still dope as fucking makes good music. Now it's, he might need to be locked up. Now is he might need to be medicated. Then it was, just put him in the studio, he'll be all right. Those are two different.
We was straight jacket back then too.
Okay.
The nigga was
whatever shoe you rolling. Must have saw him that way. I don't know why.
We definitely was like, the nigga's nuts.
That ain't even better.
The nigga's nuts. We been he was nuts.
Yeah.
They been talking about. They was like, man, Kanye West, he got crazy after his mother died. Like, I remember those conversations because they were saying the nigga been crazy. They like, he's been crazy. He's crazy. Like now, it's different because we see Kanye West doing so much over the top shit that we were like, okay, his crazy now is gonna trump his crazy back then. But I'm like, yeah, because the niggas walking around with a fucking mask on,
I swear that's what I said.
Boots up to here and shit.
I swear that's what I said.
If you straight jacket crazy here and you straight jacket crazy here, you still straight jacket crazy.
One day people are gonna view these episodes of me just like, I swear that's what I said, and they're gonna just try to understand.
No, they're not. They're gonna be like, we understand what you're saying.
No, they're not, because they're gonna be like, that's what she said.
Straight jacket crazy here. You're straight jacket crazy here. You're still straight jacket crazy.
But I've already said that must have been whatever group of people you ran around with, because the conversation we had was not about him being in that form of crazy. So
think about it like this: it's like comparing a serial killer at 20 murders and comparing them at 30 murders.
No, it's like one murder for me. You want 30? Again, it's just two different.
Kanye West was at 20.
I saw him more as an arrogant than crazy man. But I saw his arrogance validated. He knew he had something. He knew he was amazing. And there was an appreciation of the confidence that he carried. So I didn't view him that way. Sorry. I didn't see that. But also in knowing, man, it's a lot of times you hear along with genius comes crazy. And that was all pun intended. Even the footage of seeing him on the Genius that they had on Netflix. I saw like those, the build up of that confidence. To me, even in watching it felt like he just also needed to he needed like more validation from people than I think he probably admitted. Or maybe he did. He might have kind of admitted it on there. But yeah, I definitely saw Kanye West definitely differently. So,
That nigga's crazy.
oh, let's see. Oh
That
shit, we
shit's
still
crazy.
have 15 minutes to go. I don't know what other topics there are left.
Oh shit, we can talk about Mystical. He's been charged for a third time for rape.
Third. Yeah, that is a third. Yeah.
Third time. My thing is this. A lot of times I do, look at these situations and I always look at, are they going and they're trying to get justice for what happened to them, or are they trying to get a check? And the thing is, they're not trying to get checks out of Mexico. Every time they always like, nigga, I was raped. Every time it's a charge. So I'm like, I don't know, nigga, because they ain't trying to get money out your ass. You don't have the money for them to go after you.
Yeah, I was
so
saying
you really raping.
We don't have enough.
You out here raping hoes.
Anyway, yeah.
I don't know what's going on in Mexico. They said this time, like, I think the female said he did like meth or something like that too. Mm. So, if you got a drug problem or something, man, you need to go get help. Or I guess because he's a star or a former star, that we were kind of like, we kind of surprised that Mystical is just out here, raping at this type of rape.
Are the victims minority women?
Huh?
Are the victims minority women or Caucasian?
I don't know. I've never looked into it.
I'm a guess.
I mean, look it up.
It's what I don't even feel like leaving right up there. It's what I've been saying. When the victims are minority women, lesser time, you're more likely to get away with anything like that. I mean, if this is his third one, is there 3 sharp rule going to apply, or are we just going to keep setting him free?
Well, how much time did he get them other time?
I don't know, but apparently it wasn't long enough.
I mean, because in all honesty, we always say, when things like that happen, we got to lock these people away. But when you look at the laws, a lot of times the laws don't require that you get like 20, 30 years for something like that. So his rape may have been like maximum 7 years. And, Mystical been out since 96. So he could have done 14 years easy, and we'd have been like, damn.
He's been back in since 96.
Huh?
Oh, he's been back in since 96. Oh, he just got out.
I'm talking about how long he's been out, rapping.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, honestly, I don't know the details because, I just saw another situation of again, and then it's like everything's just going and going and going. Like, it's too much of that kind of information, and I don't like to continue to receive it because the whole shit with R. Kelly keeps coming up, and then the thing with Dashaun Watson, and I don't want to keep hearing about shit like that. So, honestly, I don't even know the details of what's going on with Mystical, but there was the thought in my head again.
Yeah, we always look at it crazy, but a lot of times it's like 5 to 7 years for rape. So Mystical could have done a maximum time, and we were like, oh, well, they keep letting them out. Y'all have to vote to change the laws because rape carries, a certain amount of time. It's no different than, if I keep fighting people and hurting motherfuckers. Or domestic violence. You'll be like, well, y'all keep letting this dude out and keep beating on these women. Well, the maximum time for domestic violence might be 3 or 5 years. You did 5 years, so you're 5 years here, 5 years there. The laws is the law. They can't just keep them in there longer. So change the laws.
Yeah.
Change the rape laws.
We'll have to see what has he done the maximum or the minimum anyway. I know one thing I definitely want to end on a higher note than what we were just talking about. The event that I went to on Tuesday, the Spread the Love Ohio. It's a really good organization. If you're watching, you should definitely look that up. Shout out to Mickey Smith for making me aware that this was even existed. It's an organization backed by Crazy Bone of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I don't know what its official title is within the organization, so I don't want to get that wrong. But yeah, to everyone that I met, let's see, who did I see? I saw MC Chill was there. Moki Montoya, Kane was there, KCO was there. The mayor was there, Mayor of Cleveland was there. Crazy Bone, of course, was there. DJ Coco Z. Ryan Gilkerson was actually hosting the event. So, yeah, I know they have another one coming up. I haven't gotten the details on that yet.
What dope there?
Nova the Rebel. Yes. I haven't tagged everyone in the pictures. And that's what I was like kind of going in my head, like, who did I see? Yeah, he was there also. I'm missing somebody else. But yes, very, very good event. I love events that start on time or well organized. You got your ticket, you got your drink, you can get your food, you can go about your business. They did take a little wrong with the raffle, but I mean, everybody's gonna wait to find out if they want something or not. So that wasn't the worst thing. So yeah, I gotta get the information and find out when the next event that they're having. Potentially next Thursday we'll have the live show. And Small Bites, Aerovision. I haven't gotten back in touch with him to get the information for that. I haven't even gotten the details um to you about the other show that I got. Not the one that's coming up on the 14th, tentatively, with Fuck Your Couch. We're actually gonna do a joint show. That's not even what I'm talking about. It was a whole other thing. I forgot to tell you about that. So yeah.
I mean, they don't disrespect my couch. Let's get that straight. And we don't disrespect on my couch.
No comment.
No Rick James shit. No Rick James on my couch back then.
You're gonna have to discuss that. Oh yeah, the host of that show, Jamel Burner and Beck, by the way. Yeah, well we'll make sure we type up, some
we'll rent a couch. We can offer up couch or something.
Yeah, if you get a chance, make sure you go ahead and shoot them a follow. That should be on the 14th, which is a Sunday at 2:30 p.m. We'll be streaming out live. I think that was all of my shoot me. I think that was all of my updates. We have 9 minutes left.
Do we have 9 minutes?
I mean, I don't have 9 minutes left to me because I'm fucking starving right now. I need some food.
That's a goddamn shame.
I try to tell people to understand when I go to the gym and then like I burn those calories plus edibles. Like I get really hungry. Says the person that was like in there not.
I'm talking about being hungry, not sleep. There's a big difference between hungry.
No, I like you ain't about to eat. All right, I really don't have any more. I don't have any more updates.
Shit, I'm pretty sure you can think of something.
I really don't. That was it. I don't even have anything else coming up or anything.
That's terrible. You people would like to go ahead and purchase my jazz mixtape.
Oh, I should have just ended the show.
Yeah, no.
Every time I don't.
No, see, you got to get a little piece of my jazz mixtape. It's something special. Understand? You got to get this. I mean, yeah, I'm charging $30 for it, but you are getting a pure fucking classic. I mean, from beginning to end, all
Sing
5 songs.
Right now.
What?
Sing something right now.
It's instrumental. All original music. Sing something right now. I know you love my voice. I remember I got a phone call from Usher to do background vocals for a Tiny Desk. And I was like, I do have to pick my son up and do a couple things, so I won't be able to make this time. But when he's in Vegas, I may stop by and do a couple of shows, background singing. So if y'all want to go ahead and purchase those tickets to the Las Vegas show, I got to brush up on my skating and shit because I understand like you got to learn how to skate. But look, I'm telling you, I'm right there hitting them vocals. I ain't gonna do it right now because I ain't had no tea or nothing warm to hit my vocal cords. I don't want to be out here with the Ray J. But nigga, I am something of a treat. I'm telling you right now. These vocals is off the fucking. They used to call me the skinny Ruben Studdard. That's how good I was. And I had that real deep baritone voice, that Lou Rawls shit from that old school shit that y'all just don't get no more. That Barry White type of deep voice. Huh? That R&B, that real R&B type shit that's gonna get the girls panties wet.
We're gonna do karaoke next Thursday, right? For the barbecue and karaoke and
I may do a little something. It depends. I may do a little something. I may do a little. If you come by, I may do a little something if y'all tip.
Yeah, we gotta figure out. I'm gonna need to figure out what drink I'm gonna have. We gotta get. Yo, man, Aerovision gotta get back in touch with me. Yeah. So again, next Thursday. What's the date for next Thursday? I'm not quite sure. we should be live streaming, but come through small bites again. We'll put more information out on that in the next few days because I got some other stuff that I totally forgot to tell you about. I am your host, BLK Pepper Potts.
Usually, if she forget to tell me, I ain't gonna show up. So
No. Talk Your Shit Mind, sponsored by Peace of Mind Protection. Thank you for tuning in to our live Thursday, somewhere between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. We tend to get started. Again, more details for that. Also, 8:14 at 2:30 p.m. along with Fuck Your Couch will be here, and we'll be live streaming that on a special day and also special time because that is on a Sunday.